Hello, everyone. Welcome to Boardshots, your bite-sized guide to becoming self-employed as a franchisee. My name is Ben Brookes. I'm the Managing Director of Agency Express, and I'm going to be with you for the next 5 minutes or so discussing today's topic. So let's get into it. Is it really vulgar to talk about how much you earn? In the UK, we really don't like to talk about money. In a recent YouGov poll, 38% of people considered the topic of money to be completely off limits, even with close friends and family. This goes even further when we consider people outside our close contact list, with less than 20% of people happy to chat earnings with their colleagues or third parties. In today's episode, we're going to throw those inhibitions out of the window and answer the most common questions you never seem to ask. How much can you earn as an Agency Express franchisee? Okay, first things first, it's important that we don't get confused by terminology. You'll hear lots of different ways to describe the money flowing into your business. Income, turnover, gross profit, net profit, salary, drawings, dividends, and more. For the purposes of this video then, let's have a few quick definitions to help you understand. Turnover. This is the amount of money your business generates from selling goods or services before you have taken out any costs. Think of it as the total amount of money flowing into your business. Gross profit. This is what's left after taking away your direct costs for producing your product or service. This shows how efficiently you are making your product or providing your service to your customers. Next, net profit. This is the final profit for you after all of your business expenses are paid. This is your true earnings figure from your business. Salary. This is a fixed, regular payment which is received by an employee of a business. Taxes are automatically deducted from this salary via pay as you earn. Drawings. This is money withdrawn from a business by the owner for personal use. And finally, dividends. A dividend is a portion of a company's profits which is distributed to the shareholders. This is confusing, right? It's because there are various ways that you can be self-employed. You could be a sole trader, a limited company, you could be a partnership, and so on. So to keep it simple for today, let's assume that you'll be trading in one of the two most common ways we find here at Agency Express, either a sole trader or a limited company. Let's assume then you're operating your Agency Express business with a single van working at normal capacity. We would call this an owner-operator business. This would mean that you'll be operating your business Monday to Friday, usually 8 to 9 hours per day, although this should be viewed as a guideline. The amount of time you spend actively within the business will differ from person to person, territory to territory, and of course week to week. Working in this capacity, we would expect your business to be generating somewhere between £70,000 and £90,000 in turnover. Now remember, that's the total amount of money coming into your business. This should equate to a net profit figure of somewhere between £40,000 and £55,000. Remember, net profit is the amount of money you have made after your expenses, but before you have paid any personal tax. So, if you're currently employed and your salary is between £40,000 and £55,000, then your earnings in this example would be similar. If you earn less, then they would be higher. If you choose to operate as a sole trader, your net profit will be taken as drawings, and you will pay your tax at the end of the year via the self-assessment process. If you choose to be a limited company, then you'll most likely be an employee of this limited company, and you'll pay yourself a salary. In this case, tax will be paid as you earn, just as you do with your normal employed position. Any additional net profit that your business then makes can be received and drawn as a dividend, usually at the end of the year. Tax is paid on this at the end of the financial year. If this still sounds confusing, please don't worry. The vast majority of people joining Agency Express do not come from a self-employed background, and we are here to help you with any questions you may have along the way. What about multi-van operations, I hear you ask? Well, that is a fantastic question, but one I'm going to save for another episode. There we go then. How much can you earn? Well, let's keep it simple. For an average single van franchisee, we would expect between £40,000 and £55,000. But remember, this is not a guarantee and should not be viewed as a limit nor as a minimum. Many franchisees can and do exceed these numbers. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again soon on another episode of Boardshots.